Okay, I checked. There's maybe some noise since I moved and stuff, and some sort of lagging, I guess, in a video. So I guess. Sorry. So I guess I recommend to watch it like at speeds 1.25, so it wouldn't be that laggy or something. I tried to do something about it, but since my PC is not exactly good, so I guess. Alright, let's continue.
それでは授業に入る前に先日実施した小テストの返却を行います。
いえ、あの抜き打ちでやったやつか。
新学期早々でみんな予想外だったみたいだな。
先輩の好きに調教。失礼。調整してくださいね。
There's also could be a little bit of reason, but
戻りますね。
How confident are you guys?
いつも通りだ。
Sort of. So you just get to know everything. This kind of sense voice is basically big fat has this problem on chest today. How about you, Masato?
俺もいつも通りかな。かもなく不可もなくってところ。
Oh, I'm sure you'll be fine. I know I've seen your grades drop below average. This one wasn't particularly difficult, so he probably aced it. First period today is modern Japanese, my specialty. Oh, because of his writer, I guess. That means I can slack off and just make up for it later. I need to remember everything about lunch. My mission? Couple of handwritten manuscript together before my meeting tonight. That said, I don't have nice paper to write on. I just scribbled down the rough flow and dialogue in my trusty notepad.
出席番号順に呼びますので取りに来てください。
後期的な手応えはどうよ。
I'm pretty confident in this one. There were some questions I didn't hear though.
俺も全部埋めはしたぞ。わかんないとこは相棒の力を借りたけどな。
Guessing randomly, man. That was better than when he used Regicerate names as answer from Japanese history and French in a year. Well, second one maybe not.
ところで、後期はさっきから何してんだ？ラフでも書いてるのか？
What I'm middle school. He's quite closer to catch a view of my work. I'm a bit concerned that this is the first thing he thinks of. Not to worry about it. I told you, you'd be cursed with having Ramen sent to your house weekly. Sorry, I don't know what's references. By me, of course.
ビーフストロガノフ。
Okay. I know that sounds similar, but
まあ食えりゃ何でもいいよ。わざわざ送ってくれるならむしろありがたいけどな。
Oh, by the way, it's a big cash on regular only.
そっか。小遣いの範囲で収まるか
な。He still take it?
真田さん、猿川くん。
はい。
Did you see the difference? Did you see the difference? 真田さん、猿川くん。Just respect. Saru skips to the teacher's desk with a cheerful reply.
うおー、見てみろコウキ、丸がいっぱいあるぞ。
Saru beams as he waves the paper in my face. They are more excellent than anything else, but for someone like Saru whose performance is always poor at best, it's excellent. I'm off to taste.
成美くん。
Here.
コウキのも見せろよ。なんなら勝負しようぜ。
If the loser has to do everything the winner says, sure.
冗談だ。原告でコウキに勝ったことねえしな。
It's not like you'd have better luck in any other subject. It would have been a guarantee to win if I accepted. I drew my result from the teacher and handed them from Sarah, who's an extreme nosy.
で、どうだ?
I will give you a hint. One of the digits is same as yours. The test is out of 100. Sarah scored 40. Well, he said that he didn't get some answers, so 94 maybe. Oh, about the challenge. Why don't we just have a special handicap match? I'll take half points of my points against all of yours. I will give you a win if you tie. Don't tell me it's 100.
マジで? それだと俺勝ち確だけどいいのか?
You can't just bullshit about not questions. Sure, we're friends, aren't we?
よせやい. 照れるぜ.
Right. True pals never expect anything in return.
おお、心の友よ。
露骨に見返り求めてる。やめときなよ。猿川じゃ勝負にならないって。
By the way, I did make sound a little bit rather. So just, you know. Excuse me, madam, but I will have none of your false accusations.
ねえねえ、私にだけ答案見せてよ。もし満点じゃなかったら、私が代わりに何でも言うこと聞いてあげるから。
Oh yes, 100. Alright, got it. Here's a royal mail paper.
いや、なるみのだから。
You can look, but if you write, I don't owe you think.
大丈夫、大丈夫。すごい。本当に満点だ。
Panties.
え
Oh, he writes so often, I guess so, of course. I wouldn't have challenged you to such a dumb bet if I hadn't. Nevertheless, I really viewed myself this time. I was pretty confident going in, but I didn't expect a perfect score.
なるみって意外に頭良かったんだ。
聞いて驚くなよ。後期はこう見えて原告なら1年の時から学年トップなんだぞ。
Why are you talking about it? Why are you talking about it? Why are you boasting about it? It's worrisome that he still tries to challenge me despite being aware of that. I'm really good at Japanese. I'm not failing any other challenges, but say don't even come close to this. How did you close it?
私悪くはないって自分では思ってるけど、周りと比べちゃうとね。ここ頭いい人多いし。さっきのテストがこれくらいかな。
She shows us grades promptly after the series. 85 is more than enough. I couldn't do any better outside Japanese.
特に苦手も得意もないから、どの教科も大体こんな感じだけど。
I don't remember if it's from 80 or 90. It's basically A grade. Just like my Sato, it must be nice being balanced.
ああ、委員長って優等生だったのか。見た目チャラいし、てっきり遊びまくってるのかと。
聞き捨てならないんだけど。
で、後期が言ってた。
Hey, don't drag me into this.
ちなみに俺はだな。
ああ、猿川のは大体予想できるから必要ない。
ひどくない？
皆さんお静かに。あまり騒ぐと他のクラスの迷惑になりますからね。
The teacher clapped his hands, deeming the noises on command. With that signal, the class shifts into a diligent mode. After allowing a moment for students to review the exams results, class begins as usual. I split my attention between Notepad and the blackboard, 9 to 1. Oh, that's balanced. My pen dances across the page as if I was actually taking notes.
ね
Class rep was pulling me out of focus. Here I still fixed to the blackboard. I give a quick whole response. Let's see, the one here, this was...
え、なるみ、さっきから何してるの？勉強してるって感じでもなさそうだけど。
Oh, I remember. Why is this Panties in my notebook? Because I recall... Wait, did you say it out loud? It's literally my face to the side. I noticed class rep glared at me with a look of disgust. Oh, this is bad. Nah, so that's fine.
セーブします？戻るよ。
Кстати. By the way.
セーブするの？
Кстати, is by the way.
戻るわね。そう。
Okay. Class rep grabs my awkward slang and enters his fashion to avoid that. She's not even smiling. Her grave edit tells me all I need to know. Let's forget that happens.
それは無茶よ、パンツ。
Don't start calling me
な
that.
るみくん、静かに。
Sorry?
自業自得でしょ、パンツ。
Please stop. Class rep eventually stops, but she's still not looking at me. When our eyes meet, she always at me with a awesome gaze while gives a piece of trash. That's probably why it thinks at the moment. Hell, even I think I'm trash after that. I keep apologizing while I explain the situations, and in the end, she agrees to let it go if I buy you some juice for lunch. It's not much, but...
後期、マサト、飯行こうぜ。
Sorry, but I'll be skipping to it.
俺も今日はそんなに食欲ないかな。
なんだなんだ。お前らあんま飯を食わない最近の若者が雑食系男子か。
Humans are omnivores by default.
最近の若者が食わないのは朝食だろ。
No, but if you skip breakfast and don't take lunch, like what are you doing?
お前らまさか女子の手 作り弁当があるなんてこと。
Can I hear the game?
お前らまさか女子の手作り弁当があるなんてこと。ないか。ないな。あるわけないな。後期は。
Fuck it. Why did you repeat it 3 times? Speaking of fight.
手作り弁
What is it? Hey, was wrong, Chris?
当。昔ある女の子から食べてくださいって弁当をもらったことを思い出してな。
Wow, Masato, you're sure showing off today.
知らない子だったけど、俺のために作ってくれたのに食べないのも悪いと思って弁当箱を開けたらさ。
Oh, that's... Masato looks out the window with the empty gaze of someone who sins too much.
海苔の部分が全部髪の毛だった。
Oh my god. Yeah! I thought I was going to be jealous, but now I'm just disgusted being proper and not all roses. Yeah.
で、マサトが食欲ないのは分かったけど、後期もか。
I have some business in the library. Want to come? You have the privilege of staring at me for the entire lunch break.
俺、昼休みに図書室行くとお腹壊すんだわ。
That's so. Really now? Well, I guess I know what room to throw you in if I ever have to hook tie you.
やるなら女子がいる机の下に放置してくれ。俺の人生最後の頼みだ。
Leave it to me. I'll be sure to leave you face down too.
そんじゃあ俺は食堂行くけど、パンかなんか買っとくか。
Sure, I'll pay you back later, so get me like 2 or 3.
了解。
Sarah waves as he leaves the classroom. After seeing him off, I grab my bag and head to the library. There we go. Done. I found a conspicuous spot and got my work done in 30 minutes. It took most of my lunch break, but I finished the rough outlines. I breathed a sign of relief. Wow. I can actually get quite a bit done in a pinch. I reviewed the manuscript several times, finding no substantial problems. I hope I can get discuss some of the proof of this. The effect of sleep deprivation strike with vengeance. My eyelids get heavy and my vision quickly becomes hazy. Oh, this is bad. I am off sleep. Last time I noticed, it's already too late. I pinch my thigh in an effort to keep myself awake, but still in vain. The world around me quickly grows dark. It's not quite how it works, but okay. School bells chime because it's Mississippi. Fell asleep. Well, this sounds like the scene for the winter watch break, which means I was about 10 minutes. How little I slept left covered in music, my body feels a lot lighter. I feel damn lighter. I doubt I'll ever have enough time to breathe. We have PE next, so I'd like to eat something at least, but I'd rather not collapse from low blood sugar. Great, PE. I'm really not feeling up to it. I barely have enough time to make it to the class after changing. I collect my notebook and manuscript and prepare to leave. Something wrong. Still having my chair, I look around the room just to verify that I'm not imagining things. Nobody's here? Yes, I'm the only one left in the huge library. Even the stuff seems to be missing. With the profound sense of dread, I slowly turn my gaze towards the large clock in the hall. Unfortunately, humans have a keen and accurate sense of anxiety. That was the class bell! Crap, this is a bit much for one pop. Pretty cool music. And this through the empty hallways. Minus. Damn great. I started freezing almost immediately. I didn't realize I was this out of shape. I probably went to age very well at this rate. Make it turns here and whoa! Yeah. As I turn the corner and I bump into another student. Worried that I might have knocked him over, I stop abruptly because I'm staggered. Sorry, are you? Oh, he's on good. My words feel an empty hole. It sounds really nice. I guess he must be hurt. Okay, I need to move. There's no time to stand around. Блин. Sorry. I said it's a small chance that teacher might be late. With any luck, I might be able to manage this in time. I guess I need to move. Damn, that's good. And what a surprise. Man, I hope we're here again. After school, homeroom is over, so students are preparing for club, so heading straight home.
それじゃあお先に。
Bye. Alright, see you. So, do you have up today?
だな。なんだ 後期もついに入部する気になったか？
What's the club? No way, you're not over before I'm busy.
わかってるよ。なんか家でできるバイトしてんだろ？聞いてみただけだって。
Well, writing manga certainly is similar to part-time job, so I'm not really right. Nope. Alright, Max, what exactly does the boys club even do? Boys club? The club definitely exists, but I think that have any cohesive activities. I remember this one time they performed experiments that caused people to smoke the fuse hose. Of course, Say was so furious that she beat all the club members with her finger. Also, the story goes.
何ってそりゃお前。何してんの？
Don't ask yourself that. I'm the one asking you.
最近も何もいつもやってることバラバラだからな。
No, I guess, yeah. You just raise the rounds and do some thing?
俺みたいにゲームばっかやってるやつもいれば、ラノベ読んでるやつもいるし、ラフ書いてるやつもいる。
I mean, boys club. You just do boy stuff, yes. So, just whatever. I'm pretty sure that's not in pursuit of fine art. Basically, it's more of lunch than a club.
勇敢なる戦士の集いと言ってくれ。
More like a dozen of whelps. More of the can get down in one hit. This guy is responsible for the creation of the mysterious boys club. Also, it's entirely unofficial. During the school's first quiet year, the clubs only catered to girls, so only the bravest of freshman males could master the Christian dream. Well, yeah, I guess. Due to the relatively small number of us in the room, it was difficult to form legitimate clubs for them. That's where Sarah came in. Why not just make a club where we can do anything we want? And truly Sarah's response. As the name implies, the only condition to be membership is to be a boy. Don't get me wrong, it sounds like a fun club and I've actually given a bit of thought, and I can't let something like that cut in my work time as well.
猿川？
おう、今行く。じゃあな、コキ。
See you tomorrow. After the exchange of farewells, Sarah skips out of the class. I'm not heading home yet to do my meeting. That said, I have a lot of time on my hands. I could wait around a random diner, but I'm still full from the snacks that Sarah got me. I guess I'll go back to the library. There's a book I want to read anyway. I take my phone to double check my schedule. I'm missing something. I go around to make sure. Maybe it's my bag. Nope, there's a... I check in and around my desk, but it's nowhere to be found. My notepad is gone. My trusty notepad, my faithful partner, since I started rising. I feel to brim with embarrassing and indiscriminate ideas that no one needs to see. It contains a hoard of my fantasy and illusions. I barfed all of my expression that the thing is a bomb waiting to explode. Did I drop it? It's a school full of girls. Wait, calm down, just calm down and retrace your steps. I used it during lunch, so everything before that's ruled out. I must have lost it afterwards, and remember taking it out anywhere else, so... I bumped into someone on my way back to class. I was in city rehearsal, so there's a good chance that I wouldn't have noticed dropping it. Even if it's true, class just ended. The hallways see a lot of human traffic. I doubt it's still lying there at this point. Guess I'll have to find out. Well, obviously, not here. Not here. Not here. Well, wow, what a surprise. No, it's no use. I checked everything I can think of. I ran out of places to look, there's no way I can find this on my own. It might have been turned to the person found, or even tossed away like garbage. If there's a formula, then having confirmed ownership might be quite dangerous. With the letter, I can just go around asking people if they threw away some random note, but I suppose someone could have come and kept it, but I don't see why anyone would. Could this be the end? Not the timing.
青い表紙のメモ帳を落とした方、生徒会で預かっていますので、心当たりのある方は生徒会室まで取りに来てください。
After repeating the message, broadcast cast out. Cuts out. Oh my god. And who knows what? This is the same color as mine. There's no way this is coincidence. That was the council president just now, wasn't it? That means the council student council president has my notepad. Stop fucking missing words. I wonder if she found out herself or if someone else turned it in. No, if someone else had found it, they would have taken it to the facility. The faculty. It wouldn't make sense for the student council to have it. If the president picked it up, why is it holding us in the first place? No reason to think hard about it. I know it is, so I might as well go pick it up. If they want me to confirm the contest, I'll just get over it with as quick as possible. I should go to the student council room for now. After knocking, the same voice from earlier beckons me inside. Excuse me. The president sitting on a chair is the only one in the room. She must be the last one here if she called me like this.
ごめんなさい。人を待っているから、急ぎのようでなければ、またの機会にしてほしいんだけど。
Are you talking about the intercom announcement?
そうだけど、君は
I'm the owner of the notebook you picked up. I'm pretty sure it's mine anyway, so I came to check.
君が
The president's eyes grow wide as I speak. She scans me from head to toe multiple times. She's totally silent. She rests her chin in her hands and she closes her eyes, as if in deep thought. After a brief pause, she finally speaks.
一つ聞いてもいいかな
Sure. Of course, I'll answer to the best of my abilities.
質問自体は簡単なんだけど怒らないで聞いてほしいの
A simple yet possibly upsetting question. It almost sounds like she's trying to get a rise out of me, but now I'm genuinely curious. No problem, go ahead.
ありがとうじゃあ
The president takes a deep breath, steals herself, looks at me, dead in the eyes, and...
君って男だよね
Oh, last time I checked. What? What is she saying? I see. It would definitely be rude to scam someone that, especially if they're boy in the first place. I pat myself down, confirming nothing has changed since the last time I checked. Yep, still my own, same old self. Do I not look like a boy to you, President?
君が女性に見えるとかそういうことじゃなくてねただ持ち主は女の子だとばかり思ってたからつい
Oh, that's strange. Right. What would have given her that impression? In fact, I would have expected anyone to immediately assume the belongs a guy based on his contents. I feel a little relieved, but I have no idea where the person got that idea from.
変なことを聞いてごめんね本題に入ろっか君が落としたのはこのメモ帳で間違いないかな
She presents the blue notebook to me. I can discern a small scratch along the worn front. Cover at a glance, confirming its identity. It was my partner from day one of my literary career. No question. Yep, without doubt.
そっか君が
Nah? It seems she's still not convinced that it's mine. What's she so hung up on? Well, I should at least thank you for finding it. Thank you so much for looking after it. Were you the one who found it, President?
お昼休みの終わりくらいに廊下でね
So that's when I lost it. She probably picked it up right after I dropped. No wonder I couldn't find it earlier. Why do you make an announcement about it though? You wouldn't normally use an intercom for something like that, right?
そうだねこれがただの落とし物だったら私も先生に届けたと思う
That's line of reasoning could only mean she's aware that the contents of this novel are special. So...
名前が書いてなかったから手がかりはないかと思って少し中を見させてもらったのあ、見たのは私だけだよ他の誰かに言ったり見せたりはしてないから安心して
You only saw a little then? You're right. It seems that she's got a good long road at it.
いけないことだって分かってたのに勝手に見ちゃってご ごめんなさい。
The president basket with an apology. No, please don't apologize. Rather, I should be the one apologizing to you. And our part is filled with shameless standards making a casual here in his changing room, or peeping through a keyhole into the bathroom, to name a few. It must look like a collection of my wildest fantasies to an outside party. I'm prepared to be treated like a parrot, insinuatable at this point.
どうして？
Oh, I mean,
エッチなことがたくさん書いてあるから？
right, I'm sorry you had to see all this gross thing.
そんなことないよ。
Okay. Her response is so loud that it leaves me speechless.
ごめんね、急に大きな声出して。でもね、ムキになっちゃうくらい嫌だったの。君が書いた本人だとしても変なもの呼ばわりしちゃうことが。だって面白かったから。
Is she a fan?
すっごく面白かったの。私の脳内でセリフが再生されて、あの時のネタはここから膨らませたんだなとか、このネタ面白いのにまだ使ってないなとか、授業そっちのけでページをめくってた。あの物語はこうして作られてるんだってワクワクしながら夢中で読み進めてた。だから変なものじゃないよ。もしそうなんだとしたら面白いと思った私まで変な人になっちゃうでしょ。
Oh, you could be? I guess. Not to agree with her, Chloe insists doesn't leave me much choice. I'm actually having trouble finding the right words. I don't think I've explained what the contents of the parts were.
説明なんてなくても最初の数ページを読んだだけですぐに分かったよ。これが漫画のネタ帳だっていうことも、その持ち主である君の正体も。
She hits the nail on the head. I can't even make up any excuses. The only thing you can do is sigh. I'm trying to respond, my thoughts are stuck inside the rolling waters on my mind. The president said, so this is where all the material comes from. There's not something you would think if you didn't follow the manga. Wait, does this Miss President reads my manga? The strange thing doesn't magic also mentally vision here. That was very interesting.
もうこんな時間だったんだ。すっかり話し込んじゃったね。この後君、そういえば名前まだ聞いてなかったね。教えてもらってもいいかな。
Sure, Narumi Koki, Narumi from Whirlpool and Ocean, and Koki from Function Timber.
なるみこうきくんね。ありがとう。私のことはわかる？
Rukunoji Karuka son senior, currently the student council president, valedictorian and single. That's about right.
ああ、やけに詳しいんだね。
How do you know such a... Ah, yeah. Sorry. Just what I heard from a friend of mine. It's funny because it's true actually. She sounds a little dissatisfied. Did I say too much?
まだ話したいこともあるし、場所を変えてゆっくりとお話ししたいなって思ってるんだけど、この後って時間あるかな？
Right now? As much as I hate anything with this Stockholm such lack of notice, getting dangerously close to my editorial appointments. There's things, but I unfortunately have some business that I really can't get out of today.
そっか、残念。じゃあ、明日のお昼は？
Sure, that would be fine. Should I just meet here?
そうだね。ここなら誰にも邪魔されずにお話できると思うし。
Without any interruptions, huh? The sort of being alone with a ghost kind of situation this kind of situation makes it difficult to keep my composure. On the other hand, this isn't the kind of conversation you'd have with other people around.
どうかしたの？
Come to think of it, you haven't returned to my notepad yet. Almost forgot to remind the reason for being here.
そうか、そうだよね。これを取りに来たんだもんね。はい、これ。勝手に読んだ私に言われたくはないと思うけど、大事なものなんだから なくさないようにね。
Yeah, you're right. So be more careful.
本当にね。
I'll take my leave. Thank you so much for the help.
最後に一つだけ。最後のページ、少しキャラの性格ぶれてたよ。
Okay.
それじゃあまた明日ね。
I leave the student council room without responding, perplexed.
いいでしょう。これで問題ありません。上に通しておきます。
Thank you very much. My editor Tatsukasa-san called Zewa approves my draft. I give myself a small congratulatory fist bump well deserved after today's hardships.
それにしても、ずいぶん急いで書き上げたみたいですね。
No. Yeah. Well, as Mel mentioned, over the phone, my computer kind of.
情状酌量の余地はありますが、もう少し字が綺麗だと助かります。
Oh, yeah. The scribble was fast as I could to make the line, so I get what she's saying. There was no need to look it up.
手書き原稿ですと、ありえそうにない読み間違いとかも起こりうるので。
Of course.
ハンドルとインド人とか。
I guess I see what she means.
まあ、今回はアクシデントが絡んでいたので仕方ないでしょう。次から気をつけていただければ問題ありません。
Yes. There Scramble. This is the title of the manga I'm currently working on. Began publication this time last year. It's pretty standard school harem rom-com stuff, but I'm about the 6-page section in Weekly Shonen Champ. All to myself. We just released this first standalone volume, which managed to surpass Tsukasa-san's sales expectations. Oh, I mean, harem, school, rom-com, I mean. Despite that, she still sticks with that.
次に近々登場させる予定の新キャラについてもすり合わせておきたいのですが、現状の設定はどうなっていますか？
Oh yeah, here's what I have so far. I reach into my bag and pull out several sheets of paper, handing them to Tsukasa-san.
なるほど。幼馴染でいい名付けですか。
I figured it would take a long time to establish a relationship with the regular transfer student situation, so I came up with that.
主人公のことがずっと好きで追いかけてきたとありますが、それまではどこに？
I have not worked out this yet, but I think it will resolve around a parent's moving due to a job transfer type of situation.
この病弱設定は
I want her to be beautiful yet frail. I think that will make it easy to create interesting situations such as having to get care while she's sick. It felt a big weight though, so I decided to make her from Kyushu. She'll have a bit of accent when she gets emotional.
確かに方言を使うヒロインは結構人気ありますね。でも成美さん、九州弁なんて使えるんですか？
Fuhgeddaboudit!
セーブします？セーブできたよ。
That
戻るわね。
Sorry, okay.
ええ、ぜひそうしてください。
That was scary. If looks could kill.
では、この方向で細かい部分を詰めていきましょう。
Thank you very much,
デザインはどうしますか？もちろん、
Mr. Deer.
最終的には鹿くん先生に委ねる形になりますが。
Mr. Deer is a primary illustrator from a manga. He's a popular big thief artist with over 10,000 followers. Tsukasa-san managed to recruit him despite the fact. As much as I applaud my writing some master write, my popularity is nothing compared to Mr. Deer's. I have my followers, but they're not even in the same digit count as his. Isn't that I'm bad? Is that Mr. Deer exceptional? At least that's what I like to believe. The design, well, I was thinking of a bookish girl with his flowing black hair. I'll let Mr. Deer work out the specifics as usual. I usually entrust Mr. D with the fine details of character design after establishing the general outline. Despite that, it's not rare for him to send me a variety of designs. Mr. D illustrations are so lively and vivid that I have trouble choosing. It's always a struggle, in a good way.
わかりました。そのように伝えておきます。さて、打ち合わせは以上になりますが、なるみさんから何かありますか？
Not really. Oh, there is one thing. It's not really related, though.
何でしょう？
I've been assuming that this manga is aimed entirely at guys, but I was wondering if we had any figures on female leadership.
女性読者。どうしたんですか急に？
No reason. I was just curious.
まさか女性人気を獲得してモテたいとか変なこと考えていませんよね。
Nah. Well, if it would work, I probably wouldn't hesitate to change the courses.
どう路線変更するつもりですか？ヒロイン全員実は男でしたなんてことになったらクレームどころの話じゃありませんよ。
Yeah. She's right. I'd be pissed if I saw that kind of development kind of manga.
アンケートでも読者はほとんどが男性であることが分かっています。余計なことは考えず男性のツボを刺激することに全力を注いでください。
Right. Little to no female readers as I suspected. The president seems to be really into it, so I thought there might be more than I might expected.
モテモテになりたいなら売り上げを伸ばすのが一番の近道でしょう。売れっ子になれば嫌でも寄ってきますよ。
But so, of course, when the production is split between writing and illustration, the writer isn't going to get full payment. I initially thought that it would be split down the middle, but that's not the case. I only get about 30%. The remaining 70% is paid out to Mr. D Sensei. Well, it makes sense since mangas will be more popular than, for example, how to say, just novels without pictures. How's it? I don't remember. Light novels, right? This applies to the both serialization and the royalties on the standalone volumes. The distribution can vary for some contracts, but depending on things like how famous and well-regarded ones after this. In this case, Mark is popular mainly due to Mr. D's eyes, so I'm fine with taking a small cut. Well, yeah, it's also taken into account, I guess.
それに名前が売れれば自然と出会いも増えていきます。アニメ化すれば収録の立ち会いなどで声優の方と知り合うことだって可能です。
Yeah, voice actors.
他にもラノベ作家や脚本家としての道だって開けます。
But isn't okay? Light novels, screenplays.
もちろんこれらはすべて成美さんの今後の努力次第です。私も引き続きサポートしていきますので、モテモテになれるよう今まで以上に頑張ってください。
I guess I was wrong about light novels. Maybe it's the wrong name. I don't remember. Yes, I'll do my best.
ちょろいですね。
Please stop.
何でもありませんよ。では、ネーム作業の方、よろしくお願いしますね。
Of course. I need to work on my manga popularity before dreaming too big. I'm still causing trouble for Tatsukasa-san, though. I need to be more careful in the future.
話ってなんだろうね。
Pretty cool. Monica here is cool. After returning home from the meeting, Toa and I dinner together. I tell her about the encounter I had with the student council president. Maybe she's gonna confess her love to me.
何それ？新しいギャグ？
Please stop. Dear sister, must you laugh at your brother's aspirations?
パレンチワールド全開のメモ帳を持ち歩いてる男がそんなこと考えてたら滑稽というより失笑だよね。
She said it was interesting though.
お兄ちゃんの顔が
Shut up. It was written in Russian. It was kind of sloppy, but wait, now my face is perfectly fine.
セーブする？戻るね。
Please stop. That last hurt gives. Что? Cuts deep. I'm still not fully used to her cruel sense of humor, so I ended up with a lot of emotional damage. Sorry for my bursts.
でもどうあれ、あの漫画をお兄ちゃんが描いてるってこと？ 学校でバレたら困るんじゃない？
Yeah, no doubt. The guys would never let me hear the end of it. The girls would start treating me like a working trash. Well, not necessarily, but I don't have a life like Sarah's. Absolutely not.
もし会長にバレてたらどうするの？
If she spills it, I certainly would expect someone like the president to be into that kind of manga. That said, I suppose I don't really know how to begin with. Yeah.
シカ君のファンとかじゃないの？
Could be. Could be. She might start reading my manga due to Mr. Desert.
告白されるよりはよっぽどあり得る話だよね。
Shut up. Don't stop on your big brother's heart like that. That was right. That's the likely explanation. I find it surprising that the president you, Mr. D, she doesn't seem like the manga or like novel type. It's not unthinkable, I guess. Incidentally, Toho is also a huge fan of Mr. D. Her room is adorned with Mr. D related maintenance. Oh my god, what's... Including a purchase of Mr. D's image character, Mr. D. I once pulled some strings with Tsukasa-san to get a signed copy of one of his books too. Well, that was some laggy thing. All this talk of Mr. D making his name loses meaning. If the president figured out my secret, I hope I can convince you to keep it quiet.
ゆすられたりしてね。
Surely not. What would I, a lowly commoner, have to offer someone of your stature?
そりゃお兄ちゃんには興味ないだろうけど、シカ君のファンだったら合わせろとかサインもらってこいとかあるでしょ？
I guess.
そうだ。ついでに私の分ももらってきてよ。
Can you not? You already have one though.
サイン本はサイン本でしょ？色紙に欲しい。イラスト付きで。
Fine, I'll ask my editor, but don't hit her hopes up. What if she asked to meet Mr. D? Even I haven't met him yet. I came out here with Tatsuka-san. I've never even heard his voice, let alone seen him. When I asked her what he was like, she said he was someone who was young and skilled with a pen. Very much like you, Narumi-san. Also, she said this with a bit of sarcasm. Sounds perfect. If he's looking on top of that, I will drown myself in anyway. I'd rather not meet guy. Well, no use stressing over it. If she were actually to threaten me, I'll just deal with it then.
奴隷になれとか言われたら OK 出す前に私に相談してね。会長とは条件面でいろいろと話し合う必要があるから。
Okay, you wouldn't stop here?
うん。条件面で折り合えば問題ない。私は家のことがおろそかになったら困るだけだし。
Can't you think of me as something more than a slab of meat? Well, I find out tomorrow for sure. I need to be more careful from now. As trouble keeps piling up one after another, I should probably think how I use my notepad. Maybe have a warning that it says it has special information inside. That wouldn't really help. How's Rumble do? Has anyone caught on to who I am yet?
ないない。そもそも芋サラダは特定されそうなこと絶対につぶやかないから。
Potato salad. I guess to choose a name with him, huh? I see. Thanks again for taking care of that. Potato salad is the pen name I use for my manga. At Tatsuka's-san recommendation, I made an account of the popular social media site Ramble to promote my manga and give updates to friends. I was supposed to be the one doing the rambling, but Toho took over, saying, "You just leak private info all over the place, Oni-chan." What have you been rambling lately?
見てるアニメの話とか、その日何食べたかとか。
Sounds boring. Posting anything that could lead people to uncover my identity would be bad, though so playing itself is probably for the best. Toho posted photos in the past, and one of them exposed her relatively small hands, so there's a theory that Potato Salad is actually a girl. As I say, ignorance is bliss.
お兄ちゃんも自分ってことになってるんだから、ちゃんとチェックしときなよ。
Sorry about that, I just kind of forgot.
ほっといたら魔が差して、つい過激なことつぶやいちゃうかも。
Like what? Such as?
新しい下着買いましたとか、写真付きで。
That's more scandalous than drastic. There's a limit to attention seeking. If there comes a day when I'm outed to my fans, it would come back to haunt me.
何にせよ、明日はうまいこと説得しないとね。
Yeah. Alright. hopefully I won't end up in the worst case scenario of becoming her personal yes man. I need a lot of mental preparation for this. Okay. 13th of April. And it's almost 50 minutes, I guess, or something. So I guess I save for lunchtime.
セーブする？
And check again.
セーブしたわよ。
So, see you in